Hello friends, welcome to my new vlog. If you're new, then welcome for clicking on this video. My name is Kate Sanderson and I am an actor. I usually appear in indie horror movies, that's the thing I do most of all. But recently I moved to this house in Essex and I'm trying to do it up. I'm sitting in this room in my loft, which I painted pink a while ago. I think the room is going to be changed a bit in the next few months because of I'm just having things done to it. But anyway, here we are. And what I wanted to talk to you today about is, have you ever bought something like in a thrift shop that you knew was a bit sort of iffy in regards to usefulness, but you said, I'm going to use this thing, it's going to have a life with me? Well, I did something like that a few years ago. I think it was actually before COVID. I bought this item and I was quite determined I was going to use it and it was all going to be really cute and lovely and great. And actually, I've never used it until today. So I'm going to turn around now and I'm going to show you what it is. My flowers might give you some sort of a clue. Okay guys, here it is. Please excuse any mess you see in the background. I'm still, as I say, in the process of sorting myself out in this house. It is a picnic basket. Let's pull it up a bit more here. Yeah, it's slightly got a hippie vibe. Anyway, this was the item that I was sure I was going to go on picnics and you know, have a lovely time and blah blah blah. And as I say, there was COVID, and then my mum got really ill, and I've moved house now, and it's a beautiful day, and I've decided to just pack a simple picnic and go to the forest and get back to nature, all the stuff. And that's going to be the main bit of my vlog today. It's really cute. I've got little glasses there and napkins and cutlery. It's for 2 people, but I've got no one else with me today. I'm going to do a dry run by myself. Okay, so I'm going to get started now and make my sandwiches. Okay friends, well, I'm going to make Martha Stewart tuna fish sandwiches for my picnic. I think I've got everything here. It does look a bit more posh than a normal tuna mayo sandwich. You have to have fresh basil, you need to have celery and also sliced apple, all mixed together, and black pepper. And Martha Stewart mentions a kind of an American mayonnaise, which obviously I don't have. So I'll just assemble all the bits as she said and put it together, and that will be good. Hello again friends, well I hope I've assembled everything correctly. You were to have apple sliced to 1/4 inch, and then celery, and then chopped up basil and some lemon juice. Isn't this a cute little basil tree from Lidl? It was only 69p or something, very good value. Okay, here is my tuna fish, and I've got the other things, so I will now try to assemble everything and have a little taste, and hopefully it will be extra nice tuna fish sandwich. Okay, so I've got everything in. I've left out a bit of the apple because I just thought it's all going to be a bit much, but it's looking nice. The lemon juice smells really, really delicious and fresh, so I will just mash it all up. So, I'm sorry, the camera angle is just not very good. I don't seem to be very good at setting the selfie stick to the right angle, or maybe it's just a cheap selfie stick so it doesn't move around very much. So I've got some nice bread. It's not sourdough bread, which Martha Stewart recommends. I must say, as I said, the freshness of the ingredients has immediately made me feel kind of more hungry. And I'm someone who, unfortunately, in the difficulty of moving house and being in such a mess, I'm quite often having, like, I dare to say, ready-made meals, and, you know, not really cooking with fresh stuff. Okay, so just, yeah, the smell of the fresh ingredients is just lovely. And yes, so there you go. That looks nice. That looks nice. Can you see that? I'm hoping you can see it. Just put the other side on as well. I'll get my bread knife and cut it up. Gosh, that's the poshest tuna fish sandwich I've ever made. now I'm hoping it will fit into this little box. I think it is. It's maybe going to get a teensy bit squashed, but you know. Actually, no, maybe it's okay. It's okay. I think it's gone in. So that's good. Wow. This is so pretty. Okay. Hello friends, well I have finally got to my picnic destination and I've chosen to go to the Wheelie Hall Woods in, it's in Greater Clacton. It's a nature reserve, Tendring Nature Reserve, and to be honest it looks like I'm in Tuscany. It looks like Italy, I mean with those trees, and now we went past a beautiful church. I am stunned already. It was quite an effort getting here. I tried to find a taxi. No, I tried to find a bus. I was very confused about the buses, so I finally got a taxi. The gentleman dropped me here and now I'm trying to find where I'm going. I see there's a sign saying that part of this place is private because it's a farm, so I don't want to go in that place. So I will try and find the actual woods and then settle down and have my picnic and my Martha Stewart sandwich. Hallelujah. Well, there's the water. Better view of it. It's just beautiful. I've now been given the correct instructions as to how to get to the woods, and it's free to get in, so that's lovely. And I'm so glad I came here. So, private path, no vehicles. Wheelie Hall Wood. And it's this metal gate. If you come to Wheelie Hall Wood, this is the way into the wood. So, there we go. That's good. I already had to stop. Look at these beautiful purple wildflowers. It's just, oh, it is just, as I say, it's like being in Italy. It's just so beautiful. Wow. I hope I come here many times. And then the path ahead of me is this beautiful grass path. It's just lovely. And I think there's no vehicles here, so that's also lovely. It looks like when these purple flowers bud, they are red and then they then go purple. I think. Unless it's a different flower and I've got it. No, maybe they're a different flower. I think they're different, but it's just a beautiful combination of colours. Welcome to Wheelie Hall Wood Nature Reserve. So we are finally here. It looks so peaceful and quiet. I just love it. Okay, onwards and in we go. There's about 3 different pathways you can go down, but I'm choosing this one because it looks a bit shaded and a bit more cool. So I'll just wander down a bit and see what I can find, if there's somewhere nice to have my picnic. There's nothing like looking up at the trees. Being here makes me aware of how much sort of concrete there is around us all the time. But this place is just an oasis for insects, for birds, for nature. This is their place. Here's a huge thicket of ferns. I'm sure I read somewhere that in Victorian times people were so obsessed with ferns they would go on fern hunts for a whole day, presumably with a picnic, and they would try and find rare species of ferns to add to their sort of fern cabinets and, you know, bottles of bottle gardens and stuff. So I can see why they would do that, because it just is beautiful. Apparently the fern population declined when this was popular, so it's probably a good thing people have stopped doing it. The path, it just sort of winds around like this, and we seem to be going deeper into the wood, which is just lovely. So beautiful. Oh, I don't see anywhere really that's sort of fairly flat that I could have my picnic, but I'm sure I'll come to somewhere soon. I am getting quite hungry. Just a little bit further on. It's just wonderful. I'm so glad I came here. I'm sure I heard an owl there doing to wit to woo, but now I'm listening for him. He stopped. Looks like a fairy house for sure. Here's some wild holly. I wonder if they get mistletoe on here at that time of year. There's the path that I've just come back from, and some more sort of tall, slim trees. They're very graceful. I think they've gone now, but there were crowds of butterflies fluttering around here. Look at the lucky people who live in houses over there. I mean, I can see a car there, but it seems so far away. This is just the best day. Hello friends, well, I'm having an amazing time here. It's absolutely beautiful. I must say, there's nowhere kind of flat that you can sort of have a picnic. And maybe that's the idea. Maybe they don't want people sort of sitting around having picnics and playing their transistor radios and stuff. Not that I'm going to play a radio. But I'll keep looking. I'm sure there's somewhere I can just perch down and have my food. But it was quite an effort coming here today, but my goodness, it was worth it. If you're in Essex, come to the Wheely Hall Wood Nature Reserve. It is beautiful. More amazing ferns and trees. I bet this is the best day of the year to come here. I mean, it's probably beautiful every time of the year, but today in this blazing sun, it's just, nature seems to be kind of dancing. And it's lovely. Okay, maybe I've spotted somewhere to have a picnic. Well, friends, I found a little place. I think it's a bit farther from the path. I just kind of hope no one comes along and disturbs me. I don't think they will. It's so quiet here. I mean, this is the most beautiful day of the year, I think, and there's no one else here. I mean, it's a work day for most people, fair enough, but even the taxi driver that drove me up, he said, wow, this place is beautiful. I didn't know this place was here. And he's an expert kind of thing on this neighborhood. So I'll turn around the camera and show you what I'm looking at. I'm in this place where there's a couple of big fallen logs here. And then it's a bit flat. And then, yeah, this is very pretty here. So here's my picnic blanket. Oh dear. Cue the helicopter. Just what I kind of didn't want. So here's me and my stuff. I got this picnic blanket. I think it was on eBay. It's a slightly Japanese looking design. I kind of remembered that my picnic set was in kind of lilac shades, and I couldn't find a lilac picnic blanket. And so this one I thought looked quite nice with it. And then I got the smallest parasol in the world on Amazon. It wouldn't be big enough for Cookie, but however, it's here, and I've got my parasol. So here's my picnic basket. I've honestly never done this before. I've never had a formal sort of picnic arrangement like this. Let's get out my sandwich and something to drink, I think. This is kind of exciting for me. I've not pulled out this plate before. Oh, I should have probably given it a wash. There's my plate. Wow, that helicopter is just the one noise I could have really done without. Not been a sound till now, and it's droning away like that. Fabulous. What are they doing? Okay, so sandwich. Hope you can see this. Lovely. And then I shall pull out my glass and my little napkin. That's kind of sweet. Okay, I shall put it here. And then I have Marks & Spencer Juicy Vitamin Water in peach flavour with no added sugar. So I hope that's nice too. Okay. So this is nice. Gosh, lovely. Well, my Martha Stewart sandwich is very delicious. And I do have my parasol here. It's okay. It's this was so worth it. It's so lovely here. I've got to do a picnic more often. It's just great. I really like that recipe for a tuna fish sandwich. I mean, I know it's not a big deal, I see that in the past I used to put vinegar into the mixture for a tuna mayonnaise sandwich, and the vinegar just kills it. Martha Stewart is so clever. The apple, the basil, the celery, it just is a much subtler and more rich flavour. Martha, I take my hat off to you. That was a beautiful sandwich. I wish there wasn't a plane going overhead, but there is. Okay, I've got some fruit here. Let's have a look at that. I must say it's really nice to have a proper glass when you're having your drink out here. Although it was an effort kind of bringing all this stuff here, and I don't need some of it, you know. It's an experience. I had some of these grapes earlier and they were lovely. They were just from Lidl. They were like 65p or something. Really, really beautiful. Maybe up here. I think I remember the first time that I saw one of these picnic baskets for sale. My mum and I were in House of Fraser in Glasgow, and it was the January sale, and they had some picnic baskets like on reduction, and they were really elegant. They were a bit more sort of 1950s style. I would say my picnic basket, let's turn around and look at it. It's my picnic basket is going for a sort of 70s vibe, which is gorgeous, and I love it. Oh, I've got to put salt and pepper into those little shakers. That's adorable. And there's even a bottle opener. Gorgeous. Yes, it was. So they were these 1950s picnic baskets in House of Fraser, and I really wanted one. And my mum just said, you know, the trouble with picnic baskets is it's a great faff taking them anywhere. Though she didn't say faff, because we didn't have a car, you know, when I was a child, and I still don't drive actually. And I must say, carrying it here was a bit of an effort, but it is lovely. So, you know, I see my mum's point of view. She is right. And I think probably the picnic baskets that I was admiring were really big. I mean, really grand. And if you have a car, lovely, really nice. But this little picnic basket is probably just right for me. And I'm glad I finally did this. It's funny sometimes how just buying something like that, then not using it, you just feel kind of guilty. It's so ridiculous. It's just a thing. It doesn't matter, but also I suppose you feel like you made a plan and then you didn't do it and that you're kind of wrong again. Oh, this is wonderful here. I love this here. I feel so lucky to have the place to myself. It's beautiful. And that pear was lovely. I think I've brought the stuff to make a little cup of tea, so I'm going to try and do that now. And then I'm going to show you my dessert. It's incredible. Although it didn't look very nice to have the milk and the water in the same thing, actually it tastes delicious. So there we go. That was a good thought. That was a good thought. I've planned this vlog for so long, and I'm finally here. Okay. Why does it take so long to do things that you plan? I suppose perhaps, I guess, life and your work gets in the way, and then you also, I mean, I waited like for the picnic blanket to arrive and the parasol to arrive, and then I planned what sandwich I would make, and, you know, I guess just, if I do a picnic video again, I will be much better prepared. I'd love to come back here in the autumn, even in the winter, to see how it is. Friends, I'm so sorry I, for some reason, didn't film the section with the dessert. I'll show you a picture of it. I had this amazing cake from a company called Cakeaway that I was given when I was recently on a job. And it's just an enormous piece of cake. And I explained in the video I didn't eat all of it on the picnic. I just had a bit. But it all looked so impressive. And I'm really sorry that I thought I'd filmed it, but I guess I didn't press the right button at the right time. So there you go. It was a Cakeaway zest flavour, orange flavour. Ladies twirl their parasols, don't they? Okay. I think I'm sticking on a twig. Sounds right. It's still nice. Let's see. There we go. Flowers and parasols. It's not often what you need in Britain. Very close up to a tree. remembered that this Indian shirt I'm wearing, a few years ago, well actually no, before COVID, it was ages ago, I was in Beverly Hills briefly and I wore this yellow shirt with some cream trousers and I walked around Beverly Hills. That was a nice day. There you go, from Beverly Hills to Wheelie Hall Woods Nature Reserve. And my wreath was from Bestival. Yeah. I'm not really going to go to sleep with the camera looking at me, but it is very peaceful. When I was away working recently, they gave us like a sandwich to eat outside. I had a fried egg roll, one of my favourite things, and there was something so amazing about just eating out in the open, and I think that's what finally tipped me into making this video now. Hi friends, well I didn't exactly go to sleep, but it was very relaxing. I must say there is something very sort of powerful about being right on the earth. I mean, I've got my picnic blanket of course, but it's just, I don't know, there's definitely an energy about it without wishing to be too sort of woo-woo. I've just spotted near to me, let me turn around, some like little bits of moss that seem to be loose, and I thought maybe I'll try and take some moss home and I can find a few leaves somewhere. I do have a flower press somewhere, but where it is in my house I don't know. But I think now I'm going to try and take a little bit of this moss, pack up my stuff, and then I have another activity I want to do, but I maybe just move to a different place to do it. Okay, thank you for sticking with me. So I think that's everything packed away. One thing I remember about the past when I would have packed lunches or try and go on a picnic with my family, because we did go on picnics, just not with a hamper like this, is that inevitably something gets leaked or spilt or there gets greasy marks and things. So I've really been trying to avoid that by double wrapping everything up in the dreaded plastic. It's just funny how your wish to sort of keep things nice and your possessions kind of interpose all the time, even in a nature situation like this. Anyway, I'll try and get a little bit of moss here. Well, I've packed up my blanket. It does not look as neat as it did before. Try and give my parasol a little twirl. Oh, that's more like it. Yeah, that's more space. Okay, it's cute. And yeah. Put that away too. So everything is packed up. Here's my little space. I've left no rubbish, of course. I've got a little bit of drink left, so I shall carry that with me and I will go on to do my activity. Because that's the thing. I mean, on a picnic, should you do something? Is it just a time for families? Should you do an activity? I think the Woodland Trust, they have nature sheets you can print off and fill out and stuff, and I just didn't do that. I don't have a printer at the moment, so maybe I'll try that another time. Anyway, I'll find somewhere I can sit up to do my picnic activity. I don't remember which direction I came from. Okay. That's the first time I've heard someone else all day. Okay, I think I'll go this way and just see if I can find a bench somewhere I can sit. Are you someone that thinks white feathers mean angels? I think I do. I think this is coming home with me. Thank you, angels. On the way here, I went past so many benches and now I cannot find a bench to sit down on. But I'll just keep looking. There were quite a few, so I will find one. Okay. It occurs to me, how am I going to find my way out of here? Because there's no map or anything. I mean, it's okay, I don't have to be back for anything, but I'll just have to keep walking around. But I do want a bench, so I'm going to keep going for that. But eventually I will want to find my way out. Okay, let's go. Hooray, there's a bench with what looks like a tree that's been struck by lightning, which isn't too encouraging. But that's okay. There's a bench here, and here there is a gate going to see what it says. No public access beyond this point. Okay, maybe that belongs to the farm. They're very lucky to have such beautiful land. This makes me see why people want to have land. I mean, it's gorgeous. And the bench says, in memory of Roger Hawes, a man of the trees, warden of Wheelie Hall Wood for 30 years. Oh my goodness. I bet he could tell some tales. I wonder if there are any... there's no ghost story of Wheelie Hall Woods. I'll try and find out, but nothing came up when I put in Wheelie Hall Woods into Google. Anyway, I think I can do my activity here. So here's my activity, friends. I thought I would try and do a little bit of painting. I used to do little paintings many years ago, but life took over and I've not done any painting for years. I've got here a new little paint box, and this is quite cute because it holds water, but it's also a little paintbrush. I don't know if it's a very good paintbrush, and I've got other paintbrushes inside this roll, which I'll just open up now. Okay, yes, I've got plenty of paintbrushes. It's been so long since I've used them. Okay, this is a nice painting roll. Yeah, I think I bought it sometime when I kind of intended to do more painting and crafts, a bit like the way I intended to come on picnics, and today I'm doing it. I don't even really know exactly how all these colours pan out. Let's look at my painting book. When I used to live in Glasgow, I lived in this lovely flat in Kirklee, and we had this painted glass with birds on it above some of the windows, and that was a view from one of our windows. Okay, it's quite sweet, but I'm not really an artist. Okay, let's look and see what else I've done here. Oh, it's another view from a window. Oh yeah, here's another little one of a bird. And I remember these peaches were very kind of stylized pink. That was the colour that they were. Yeah, little bird. And that was another view. I think Kelvinside Academy was in the background. Whoops. Oh. And another view. I love this tree that would go orange in the autumn. It was beautiful. Okay. And that was a stained glass window in the bookcase that we had. That was the whole bookcase. It was done by an artist, I think, called Shona McInnes. It was beautiful. And there's a kind of kingfisher. This is a very stylized kingfisher. Not that I've seen a kingfisher, but I looked up some real kingfishers, and this was a Victorian, rather tame version of a kingfisher, which I then copied. Okay, anything else? Let's see. Okay, now that's just another view from the back from our kitchen window, I think. And some butterfly, a little butterfly. Oh, and back to the little bird again. I thought I did more than this. Maybe not. Well, this was supposed to be the back view of the Botanic Gardens. It's rather stylized. Okay. I mean, I tried. I think I wish I had a camera, and I didn't have a camera to remember these things. Anyway, I will now try and experiment a little bit with my paints. Okay, so I've just put the brush round the other way, so it's now looking more like a pen. I think the one thing I have forgotten today is I've forgotten to bring an extra little container of water, so it will be hard for me to use my other brushes. I might try. Yeah, but yeah, it's a neat thing, this, having the water and the brush. Love red, love red. Okay. Let's just do something very silly. Okay. Don't know what exactly I'm doing here. Okay, I'll try and do a little flower. Well, friends, here is my little painting that I've done. I think I could do with some more art lessons again, but it's sweet, you know. Here's where I'm sitting, and it's just so peaceful. I mean, nobody has come past me. There's a completely free path there. this paint set was actually pretty good. I wish I brought some more water so I could have clean water, because you see the paints have got a bit messed up. But I've just said August Picnic Day, Wheelie Hall Wood Nature Day, Inspiration, Beauty Piece, and the date, and YouTube Dreams. So yeah, I came, I had my picnic, and I did something. And I can remember this. I feel like the paint is drying fast, which is good, because I need to sort of get moving and go on my way home. Well, when I painted this, it was just so many years ago, like 30 years ago. Yeah, I think today has been good, and yeah, it's just been a lovely day. It's funny, I really started to judge my little dabbling with the paint as soon as I started. It doesn't have to be great, you just have to enjoy the activity. Okay. Yes, regrettably, I'm going to have to kind of start heading home now, but I feel very lucky to have found Wheelie Hall Nature Reserve, and it's interesting because once I'd sat here for a while, I heard some animals moving around, like scuffling about, and I think I was so quiet that they stopped being wary of me, and they started to kind of, they started to do their normal stuff. So maybe it was squirrels or fox, or I don't know who it was. I didn't see them, but it was very nice, and yes, I will just get going now. So there's a beautiful church at the edge of the wood, so I might try and have a look at that now, and then I'll go home. Okay. The thing about woods is that they don't really make a space for people. Nature just takes over. As it should. What a magnificent tree over there. Okay, trying to find the exit. This could take a while. So I've walked quite a while and no sign of the exit. It's a beautiful day. I'm beginning to see what my mum meant about the weight of a picnic basket. It's not that heavy, but it is just something. Still, I'll just persevere. Maybe it will be just round the next corner. Brambly hedge. A sign that autumn is coming. Oops, I'm getting bitten by midges for filming the blackberries. It's lovely though. Danger, deep water. Looks very stagnant water as well. I think behind there I can see like the fields. I think I'm getting close to being at the entrance exit. So that's good, although it's been a lovely day. Right, we shall avoid the deep water. Yes, just when I was beginning to get a little bit worried, here we are back at the beginning where the Wheelie Hall wood sign is. So that's great, and I will now try and find that church and have a little look around there, and then I will head home. What an amazing day. I definitely want to come back to this nature reserve and learn my way around and see, you know, where everything is. Probably just if you keep walking round and round in a circle, you come to the right, to the entrance and exit. But I really want to come back here, and if I don't manage it before the autumn, certainly want to come here in autumn and sort of compare. And I don't know if I'll bring my picnic basket in the autumn. I might wait till next summer for that, but I'll maybe bring some tea and, you know, some snacks or something. Okay, it's onward to the church. To me, on this beautiful day, it does really look kind of Italian. So I didn't get to Tuscany this summer, but I was here. I love the sound of the bees. Okay. In this tree, you can see it's like a little hobbit hole. Very cute. A lot of these trees seem to have them. I don't know what they mean geologically, but cute. So the church is on my right hand side. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's this beautiful purple of the flowers here. And then the trees and the path. I'll have a quick look around the churchyard if that's okay. So it's St Andrew's Church. And it's saying you must not put any plastic flowers or artificial material on the graves. Okay, if I look here, there's another sort of pond of stagnant water. It really looks quite spooky. I would love to see this in the winter and the autumn. I think it looked really amazing. Not that it doesn't today, but that's St Andrew's Church. It's a red brick church. I'll just have a little look round and then I'll be on my way. My goodness, this is an amazing tombstone. It says Alexander M. Donald, late soldier in a battalion I can't read of. He said it was inhumanly murdered near Little Clacton on the 11th, on the morning of the 20th of July, 1800 or 1806. Inhumanly murdered, Alexander Donald. That's terrible. Wow, I may, as a historian, I may try and look up what happened there. But that's terrible. Poor Mr. Donald. I'm sorry about that. Well, this is lovely. There is a church service every Sunday. It's not like every other Sunday or something. It might not be easy for me to get here on Sunday mornings from where I live because it's quite far away, but maybe I could do it sometime. It would be lovely to see inside the church. Okay, I'll take a little other look round and then I'll go. Well, as I can't see inside the church, there's not much more to see really, except it looks like a very beautifully kept church, and I would love to see this again in the autumn and as the seasons turn. Okay, I think I now, after threatening to go for so long, I'm now going to go home. Okay. Hi friends, I just wanted to say thank you for coming on the picnic with me yesterday. I didn't feel I could manage a taxi home as well, so I got a series of buses and I got home and it was fine. I think, my vlogs are getting very low views, so I'm a very religious person. Well, not very, but quite religious. I've asked God to bring my YouTube channel to the attention of people who will really enjoy it and benefit from it. So not just everybody, millions of people, just people that will really enjoy it. So hopefully those people are out there and my views will start to go up. But thank you for joining me and thank you for watching with me. And I will see you on my next vlog next week, hopefully. Have a lovely week. And if you have a picnic, if you're inspired to have a picnic, that's great. I recommend it.